we looked at different things on our virtual machine. We looked at our domain controller, which is our SQL 80 or our Active Directory. We looked at how users are created, how groups are created, how service accounts are created for us by Azure in Active Directory, and how we also created those users on Azure. Before we go into today's topic, which is manually installing SQL Server, there are a couple of things I want to show you guys. I know most people wouldn't have noticed it, but I want to quickly bring it to your attention. On my screen, I have my virtual machines. I have just SQL 80 and SQL 01. If you remember, when we were building our Active Directory, because here is our domain controller, we do not need to install SQL Server in the Active Directory. So when I wanted to create Active Directory, I just went straight to Home. I looked for virtual machines, and I say create Azure virtual machines. This was what I did when I was creating my domain controller, and I created it. However, when I was creating SQL 01, I went to Azure SQL databases. Sorry, yeah, it's showing there. Then I went to create, and I picked SQL virtual machines, and I looked for this. Look at this. And we picked free SQL Server license, right? With Windows Server. What we meant here was that we wanted Azure to help us install free SQL Server license. That is why when you see that when we went yesterday, when we logged into our environment, SQL Server was already installed for us. But today, we are going to build a new virtual machine. Call that virtual machine. We are going to build a new virtual machine today, very quick. So I just want to show you a pictorial view of what we have presently. So right now we have, where is my symbol? Got it. Where's my symbol? Why is this thing not showing? It's not showing me the way I want to see it. Is there? What's going on? This screen is not displaying properly. Don't worry. Let me put it somewhere here. Okay. So, all right. Shapes, they were hiding here. So today, what we have presently, we have this guy, and we have our domain controller, and we have one computer here. Presently, we have this SQL 80, and then we have SQL 01. When we're building this one, we went to Azure and we just searched for virtual machines. And because we did not need to install SQL Server inside here. But when we went here, we went to look for Azure SQL virtual machine. Then, in this particular one, Azure helped us to install SQL Server. So we did not have to install SQL Server there. So, but what we are going to do today, and remember, when we finished that, we then added this server to the domain controller. So what we are going to do today is to build another virtual machine here. So this one, we're not going to do the automated one that Azure will install SQL Server for us. We are going to create a new server, call it a new virtual machine, call it SQL 02, and then we add it to the domain. When it enters the domain, we now manually install SQL Server so that you will see how to install SQL Server manually. That's our goal for today. SQL Server 01, Azure installed it for you, but SQL Server 02, you would install it manually. So let's go and create this virtual machine. So I'm going to create this one the way I created this one. I'm not going to use this method because I don't want Azure to automatically create virtual machine and SQL Server for me. So how do we do that? I go to Home, you go to Virtual Machines, you go to Create Azure Virtual Machine, So you see, this one does not give you the three options. So we have our subscription. We already have our resource group. You pick your resource group. You call this one SQL02. You leave every other thing the same. You leave every other thing the same. You see, this has already picked a free this thing for me because I've installed it before. If I do it this way, it's going to install SQL Server for me. But I don't want that one. I just want to install a virtual machine. So for this one, I'll just pick my Windows operating system. I don't know what Windows operating system was the other one. I'll pick this one, Windows operating system. See what I'm picking. So when I pick Windows operating system, it will show me this. If you get to your size, if you do not see this exact one, just go there, see all sizes, look for the one that meets your budget, okay? This one now just has one CPU, that's okay. Leave everything like this, put your name and your account. So I'm going to put my name and put my password. Repeat the same thing. Good. Then leave everything the same way. Go to next. Disk, we're going to leave our disk this way, okay? You leave your disk this way, all right? I'll show you how to configure it, you know, the other way inside the server, or you can come here and say, create and attach a new disk. You can add and configure data disks for your virtual machine or attach. So this VM comes with a temporary disk. If you want to add more, you just come here, you say create, it will come here. You see it, source type, you leave it that way, empty disk. You can pick all of that, but I don't want to confuse all of you. So I would say, go back to where we were. Cancel. Please don't do this, okay? When you are doing yours, don't do this, okay? We're still here, creating our virtual machine on disk. Leave it the way it is, okay? Estimated monthly cost is coming that way. Okay, let me change it to standard because I don't want that cost to be that expensive. Reduce the cost. Please mute. Somebody should mute. Oh, good. Please, can you mute? I cannot see that person. Who is that? Okay, so I pick the disk. The next, you go to networking. Watch, this is very, very important. When you come to networking, for your computer to be able to join your domain, make sure it is using the same virtual network as your domain controller. If you do not see SQL AD here, please don't continue because you will not be able to join the computer to the domain. Okay, you leave it this way. You see mine has picked it. It has given me the same address range for the subnet, and it will give SQL Server O2 a new IP. This is correct. The moment you see EOS like this, you can go to the next step. If not, start again to create it until you are able to see your SQL AD. If it shows you something different, click here, pick SQL AD. It will be there. Pick the VNet, SQL AD VNet. Okay. So once that is that, everything else is correct, go to management. This is where we want to enable auto shutdown. I want my own to shut down for me every 9 p.m. Okay. So I'll pick my time zone. I am on Eastern time zone. So I'll look for my time zone. You guys are pro. You already know this already. So as you can see, everything we do in this class is repetition. So this is deliberate. Now that I'm doing it again, you already understand what I am doing. So I'm looking for the East. If anybody sees East, please let me know. Eastern time zone doesn't always come this far. Central, Oh, sorry, I'm in Central time zone, right? Sorry, that's Central America. I'm in Central time zone. Pick your time zone. So to send me an email when he wants to delete it. Yeah, the moment you pick that, the next thing you want to do is to review and create. So it's validating it, it's running validation. Validation passed. Good. Then when validation passed, look at all that is going to create for you. Just say create. So now, this is going to create a virtual machine for me without installing SQL Server on it. It's just an empty virtual machine. All right? So it's deploying it in progress. While it's deploying it, we are going to go through those best practices that you guys said we have to do when installing SQL Server. Okay, so I'm going to, while this is installing, let me look for one person's material, and let's use that material to do what we need to do. Okay, so let me look for the one on Notepad. Okay, let's use this. So we're going to look at this. What are the best practices? This configuration. So the moment we build our virtual machine, we'll go into our virtual machine and make sure that all of this is configured correctly. As you saw before I built the virtual machine, since we are building it on Azure, Azure is taking care of the hardware for us. So they have the hardware already. We are just going to log into their portal and create our virtual machine on Azure. That's creating it in the cloud through Azure. When you hear the term cloud, what that means is that Azure is not necessarily in the cloud where you fly your plane. It means that they have built their data. They have a very big data center that is hosting big servers, and they host it in the cloud for people to connect to it. Okay. So we are going to look at our network configuration. The network configuration is where we used to do the IP config, and we change all the IP, and we connect it to the domain. Okay? Then we are also going to see our service account. I already showed you how to create service account. I said service account is created in the domain controller. So before installing SQL Server, you need to configure and think of a service account. And I told you that the two most important service accounts to use is the one that runs your SQL Server and the one that runs your SQL agent. Those accounts must be created in your Active Directory. Also, when you are installing SQL Server, you must think of what are the authentication mode. SQL Server uses at least two types of authentication: Windows authentication and SQL Server authentication. So you must select those two authentication so that application and users will be able to connect to your SQL Server. When installing SQL Server manually, another feature you want to consider is the feature. What are the features? What will I like to see inside my SQL Server? It's just like you're building a house. You tell your agent, I need 2-bedroom flat. The kitchen has to be white. This one has to be this. The features inside your home. So we are going to select the features of our SQL Server. Good. So while that is going on, let us see. Awesome. This virtual machines has finished creating. Okay. All right. You can see it here. So if we quickly go to SQL 002, we want to look at it. Good. It's running. Look at the public IP address. Look at the virtual network, which is what we want to see. Look at the private IP, which we want to see. You see that I picked the next number. Our SQL ID is 10004. Because there's the same virtual network, it gave the second computer 10005. Now it's giving this one 10006. That is what I want to see. Then we'll go to networking. I don't want the IP address to be dynamic. I want it to be static. So I'll click on this guy. Everybody knows how to change that. All right. You come here to IP config. You want to change yours to static. I don't want it to be changing. All of this is already done slowly in our previous video. Okay. I don't want this IP address to be changing. So I'll leave it like this. Static. I'll say save. Okay. So it's good. It has updated it and it has made it static. That means it will not be changing. All right. So now I go to my virtual machine. The next thing we want to do now is to log into the virtual machine and connect it to the domain controller. Now we are beginning to go through the prerequisites. Okay. All right. So I'll go into my SQL 02. I would say connect. I would come here, download RDP file. I would say keep. I would then open it up. I would say connect. Right now, look at, it's just IP address. It's not showing, it's not joined to the domain, so you cannot see the domain name now. You click on connect. When you click on connect, Who can tell me where to go here? More choices, right? More choices. Use a different account. You put the account you used to build the VM, and you put your password. Awesome. Okay. All right. So right now, it's about to open here. You see it, you click on yes. So the virtual machine is opening. So look at it. It's just an empty virtual machine. It has not yet joined the domain. Look at it. It's just my name that is logging this computer on. All right. Okay. Okay. So I'm waiting for it to load. It's still loading. Okay, that's it. They're opening up. All right, I'm waiting for it to finish loading. Good, this is what I wanted to see. Okay, so when you see this, you click on yes. I don't want to see this again. You close this. Right now, if you go to local server, see it is showing you work group. It has not yet joined any domain. So what do I want to do? First of all, I want to change the IP address. Very simple. You come here, right click it, do run, type CMD. Everything we do in this course is repetition. Click on OK. Type ipconfig. Everything we do is repetition. You see the IP address there? You now come here, double click, look at it, Ethernet. Double click. If you're not tired of repetition, this is the course for you. Everything we do, we repeat ourselves. Double click, go to number 4, double click, use this IP. You click that thing again to see the IP address, push it to one side, start to enter it. So what is it? 10, 0, 0,
6
6. Okay, thank you.
two
What's the next?
five five 255 255 2550
2,
55 255 0
10.
001.
Who knows the IP that we'll put here? The IP of the domain controller, right? Which is 10,
Then 001
0, no, 04.
04.
Edit 04. Okay, then you click on OK. Because they're in the same address, it will not give us error. So now to try to disconnect and reconnect me, don't be afraid when you see that happens to you. Guys, everything is just repetition. The moment you keep repeating it, it's just like driving your car. You just go in, you know what to do. Good. That's it. There is attempting to change the connection to use the secure network you're trying to build for your computer. Okay, good. That's it now. It's back up. You click on close, 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 close. Because they are in the same virtual network, you'll be able to see the domain. So click on this work group, say change. When you say change, click domain. You type your domain, megatech.com. When you do that, you click on OK. It's trying to contact the domain, and I hope hope. Oh, God. It says it could not be contacted. Why? They're in the same domain, right? They're in the same. You see what I told you? An Active Directory domain controller will not be contacted. Ensure that the domain name is. Why can't it be contacted? Would they in this address? Okay.
Does does the Active Directory have to be running to connect it, or
Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who is that? Who is that?
yeah?
Who? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's not running. That's why we could not contact it. Can you see it? Can you see it, guys? Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm going to just start SQL 01 and SQL 02 at the same time. Or no, I don't want to go into SQL 01 today. Let me just start SQL 80 because I'm saving money. Thank you. So please, when you go to your organization, if your domain controller is not working, can anybody go to the domain? No. So make sure our office is always running because that is what runs the business. It must always be running. If not so, nobody will be able to connect to any computer in your office. Thank you for noticing that. You see? Thank you. I'm really, really impressed you caught that. It's running now. Okay. Let's go back and add that server. You will see that you'll be able to contact it now. All right. So I want to say change. Okay. Go now. It's running. Don't disgrace me. I'll cancel this thing and do it again. It has to be running. I'm going to click on cancel. Let me wait, make sure that that guy is fully running. Oh, Lord. I don't like that. Okay. Let us do some housekeeping. Let us see something. Click on SQL 80. Yes, this is the virtual network. Yep, that's what I wanted to see. Good. It's running, right? SQL 80 VNets, virtual machines. Click on SQL 02. That's it. It's on the same VNet. Okay. Virtual machines, SQL 80. Is it on the same VNet? Yes, it's on the same VNet. And it's 10.0.0.4. So you should be able to see it. Okay. I'll try it one more time. It's running. I'll try it one more time. Let's see what's going to happen. So I'll say change domain megatech. Okay, .com. Click on OK. Good. Can you see it now? Guys, can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Must make sure it's running.
Yes.
Right. The moment you see that, it's going to say welcome. Good. So it has added it to the domain controller. So if we go to the domain controller now, we should be able to see two computers there. Restart now. Beautiful. So we have successfully created our SQL 02 and we have joined it to the domain controller. So if we go into SQL 80 now and we check Active Directory users and computers, we would see two computers here, right? We'll see SQL 01. We'll see SQL 02. How do you know? Okay. You guys watch this. So we go to this is our domain controller, right? Let's connect to it. Connect. For it to be running, that means it's up. So for you to want to go in, you have to go and download your RDP file. Okay, let me teach you guys another way to connect. If you don't want to download RDP file, copy this IP address from here or anywhere. When you copy it, you see your search, go to your search bar, type remote. This will open remote desktop connection. Click on it. When you click on it, this would open like this. You would see this. You put the IP address of the server you want to connect to. You see it? It has picked it plus the port number. You say show options. When you say show options, because it's a domain, okay, it shows you the username. Good. You click on connect. Boom. Allow me to save display. General, you put the IP address there. What's the IP address? 159, sorry. 159, yeah, that's the IP address. 159. Click on connect. That's it. So it will come up like this. The same thing. You now go to more choices. Use a different account. You put the name there and you connect. So you can either use the RDP file or you use this one to connect. You see that? So it will still connect you to your remote desktop. So you can either do that or you do this way. Okay. Now that this is there, so this is our domain controller. How do we know it's our domain controller? Look here, you must see ADDS appear here. If not, so that's it. Active Directory Domain Services. So if you come to tools here, you go to Active Directory Users and Computers. That's where you see everybody in your organization. This was where we created people yesterday. If you open that, it's opening up. Just be patient. It's coming up. Good. If you click on computers, you see it, you have two computers now in your domain. This one has SQL Server that came with it. This one doesn't have SQL Server. We want to manually install SQL Server. Good. Part of the prerequisites from what I told you yesterday is that we must have service accounts. For installing our SQL Server, this is the service account we have. How did we create it? We came to manage service account. We say right-click, new, user. You can call it service account. That was how we created it yesterday. You can call it service account. I'm just showing you how to create, okay? But in this class, our own service account, we'll call it SSMS. When you do that, you say next. Sorry, you go here, the name, you call it SSMS. Then you say next. You put, yes, you see it's already in use. So that's why I sing it that way. If you say SSMS1, next. Then you say user, password never expires. You click OK, you put password one. Then when you click on next, you finish, you save it. You'll see your service account. It will come up there for you. All right. Then I now said you need to create users. What are the best practices? The best practices before you install SQL Server is that you must find out what are the groups that need to have access to our SQL Server. Yesterday, we said we want the database group. We created a database group called SQL 80, and we give them permissions. So I am not going to do that again because of time. Good. So this is our domain controller. We have confirmed that we have two computers in there. Our goal for today is to now go into this computer and now install SQL Server manually, which is our first job as a database administrator. So we can minimize on this guy. Then now we want to go to our SQL 02. Click on SQL 02. You want to copy the IP address. This is the public IP address. You can copy it here. Copy it. Then go to your search bar. That's one way. Look for remote desktop or you type it. Remote desktop. It will appear. Click on it. When it comes up, something like this will come up. This is another way to connect. I'm showing you. Paste your IP address there. It will come up. Then you say connect. When you say connect, you go down to more choices. More choices. Then you go to use a different account. Now that it has joined the domain, remember, now that your account has joined the domain, when you want to log into the account, you will now log in as your domain name / the username. Then you put your password. You see the difference when I'm logging to my SQL Server 02? You see that? So now it's logging into, it's no longer, it's logging into, see the full qualified domain name here. You say yes. Now it's logging into the SQL. You see that my name would show here. Look at. Okay, this was very fast. Wow. Good. So it's setting up my windows for me to be able to go in. So now this is just a server that has joined the domain controller. It has joined your Active Directory, but there is no SQL server on this server. Minimize this guy. If you come here, like yesterday when we came here and we typed SSMS, we saw it. We saw that SSMS showed up. But here it's not going to show up because we did not select the free SQL Server license for Azure to help us install it. Okay, so our goal now would be to install SQL Server. Please watch this attentively. Come back to your server manager. Go to local server. Because we want to go online and download something, if you come to your Internet Explorer, let's see if we'll be able to access the internet. We have to go and download the SQL Server we want to install. It's just like an app, right? We now want to go online to see if we can. Look at, it's not allowing me to go to the internet. Let's see. Is it allowing me? Will it allow me to install? If it will, I will just install straight up. Okay, it's slowing down. You see, because of security, it's not allowing us because it's a secured environment. You see, you cannot see internet. So what you need to do is you come to your local server. When you click on your local server, you see this particular, please be very careful here. Don't do this at work. At work, they would have downloaded your SQL Server and placed somewhere for you inside your server and tell you to go and install it from there because of security. Now, nobody can browse in and come into this computer, but because we want to go to the internet, you see what they call Windows Firewall? We have to off it. Let's off it and see if it will allow us go to the internet. You see that everything is on. Everything is on here. Let's see if we off it, if it will allow us to go. Off it. Sorry, come back there. I'm not done. There are three. So I've off one. Private network, off it. Let's see. Then I go to public network, off it. Let's see. Good. I have off it. Now you see, I've off everything about the domain. Okay, the domain is off. Let's see if we can now go to the internet. Let's refresh this now. I'm not sure if it is there where I'm supposed to go, but we'll find out. Close. Okay, sorry, it is not there. Please remember again, this is highly, I'm sure it's going to be this guy here, but I don't want us to go and do anything that will spoil what we are building. So let me quickly, domain network or firewall. Okay, it's firewall I off. Then let me come here. Please, you see this one, IE enhanced security? Oh, this is where I'm supposed to have gone. Okay. Refresh it here. That is off. Wait, don't please, when you're watching this video, oh, I know you have already done it, but let's leave all this one on. Let me turn this one back on. Let me turn this one back on because this is very risky. Don't do it in your environment, please. Okay, the three of them are back on. Let me refresh because this is talking about my domain firewall. So I only off this IA security. Let me see if we can go to the internet now. Refresh. You see why it was better for you to use Azure to tell them to install it. But this guy is not allowing me. Okay. Please. Okay. Normally I don't do this, but let's just let's see if we off everything, if it will allow us to, sorry, it will allow us to go in and private network off, go back, public network off, and okay, refresh. Is off here, is off here. Any other thing again? Okay, so let's go back to our internet and see if we can go anywhere now. Okay, internet enhanced security is enabled. So that's what I'm supposed to disable. Hmm. So in spite of offering this thing, it's not allowing me go to the internet. Okay, we will fix this, don't worry. Cancel. It's not allowing me go to the internet. Hold on. I'm going to close this again. Close this tab. Yeah, I off this one and I off this one. Yep, those are the two things we normally off. Let me open this thing again. Caution is not enabled. Yes. I want to browse. Google.com. Let's see if Google will open. Clement is here, right? Clement or Dolapo. How did we bypass this thing last time? Let me on this thing back. I don't want to spoil my environment. Is Clement here? Turn on. Turn on. Is Dolapo in class or Clement? Sorry, I'm not looking at that place. Let me go back again and see if they can get to Google. Okay. I have a trick. I have a trick to do. I would look for that trick, but for now, you see, cannot reach. It cannot go to the internet. Why? You see the security level? I have offed it. I have offed it. This internet enhanced security configuration. That's it. I turned it off. Close current. Okay, let me turn this guy on back and see. Okay, I turned this guys on back. They are back on. Let's see, it's on, but this one is on. Let me see if Google would open. Google.com. Let's see. Say yes. Oh, man, close. Oh God. You see, it's not allowing me go to the internet to because of security. Wow, this Azure, they've tightened up some things. Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Thought I added them. They are there now. I'm going to off this thing. Wait, let me see. Yeah, this is the guy. This is where we're supposed to go. Turn it off, turn it off. Refresh. Okay, we should be able to do it now. Okay, so you go to your internet, refresh that Google page now. It will be able to go through because I've added that they should allow sites, things from this site to come on. It's wasting my time. Okay. Anyways, just come here, say download SQL Server 20 what? 2017. Let's see. This thing is not allowing us go to the internet. Let me see. Nick, is Nick here? I'm trying to look for somebody who has Clement. Yeah, how did we enable that thing?
Can you minimize this?
It's not allowing us with this. I know I turned.
So this one is right. This one, the off is fine.
What
So
about
the domain on the firewall on your left, the domain on. Yeah, click on that.
no? Not that.
You have to turn that one off.
Yes, this is where. So,
We did it already, but it still didn't allow us go.
Oh, okay. This is what we did.
This is what we did. Okay.
Yes, we turned everything off.
Turn off.
Yeah, the other one to private everything off.
So we off this two. This one is off. This one is off. Then
Yes.
what?
Try it again. It should come up.
This one is stubborn. It did not come up. Let's see. Wow.
Wow.
Aiming us to finish this class on time, but it's okay. You see that? It's not allowing me go.
Oh.
It's not allowing me go. Okay, while that is going on, let me see something. Let me quickly take us back. Guys, if you're watching this video, part of what we do at times has to do with lots of troubleshooting. So don't worry, we have to quickly go back and just see what we did in time past. Where's my content? Where is it? Let me go to this, guys. Let me go here. So install SQL Server SSMS, create Active Directory in Azure. Is this one Azure? Yeah, I think this is it. So let us see what we did here. You guys can see, right? But you cannot just hear.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Look at. Okay. Anyways, let me go and see something. I'm just trying to see. Okay. That's when I was creating the domain controller. Okay, I'm about to log in to the server before I create the disk. How did we? No, I want to see how. Look at, how did I go to the internet here? This is the place. This one is on. This one is on. Okay, let's see. This is it. So we went to where? Domain. Okay. You see that? Firewall. You see that? Okay. Let's see. Can you guys see that? I didn't offer anything. No. Okay, I was still explaining here. Look at this. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not offer anything in my own case. This is serious. Oh. Have Azure done anything that we don't know about? Okay, so let's go and see what's going on. We are on where? Where are we? We're on SQL. Let me just be sure that I'm on SQL 01 and I'm not on SQL 80. DNS server not responding. Okay. Okay. It's saying that my DNS server is not responding. Close this guy. Let me on this guy. Please don't ever click on this one. Oh. Turn on, turn on, turn on. Please, as a matter of fact, if you're watching this video, don't just come here because somebody has spoiled his network. If you click reset, it will scatter everything. Please, don't ever click reset. Please, I warn again. Please, if you are watching the video, don't ever reset anything. It will spoil everything. So let me on this one back. Good. So if that is that, wait, then why is it giving me issue? Then I said download. SQL Server. Let me first of all remove all these things. I didn't do them in the other class. Somebody can even Google it. But before we do that, let me see something. Okay. Download SQL Server 2017 Developer Edition.
The spelling of download is wrong. So
you for watching that. You are about to leave. You see, it will be others possible for. Okay, let them view it, no problem. Just take me to where I'm going. Wow. So, anyways, if we cannot install SQL Server manually today, we would have to probably wait till we go to our SQL servers on-prem. But you're about to leave. Yes, I want to leave. Oh, you see that? Make sure the web address is correct.
If I can suggest something.
Yes.
Yeah, can you download it on and just share it like the VM build, like the way you did the other time?
I was thinking of that. Okay, now this is my domain controller. Let's see if we can go to internet from domain controller, but don't try it at work. Oh. Let's see if that was what I thought of doing a cheating. Let me see here. If this guy will allow us to go to the internet, download SQL Server 2017 Developer Edition. The same problem. I think Azure have stepped up their game. Oh. The same thing, you see? The same thing. I think, oh, I did a mistake my server, but it's okay. Okay, they've stepped up their game. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are stuck, but I hate to say that, but let's see. We cannot go to the internet through our server. Let's see here again. There should be a way out. There should be a way out. There should be a way out. Manage internet. Let me see if I can manage this. Azure. The security, something is just too much. Close. Okay, this is what I can do. Since we already installed SQL Server on SQL Server 01, let me log into that server and see if Azure placed the file anywhere. If they placed it anywhere, all I'll just do is to copy it and find a way to transfer it, and then we download it from where we want to go. Okay, so I'll come back to my virtual machines, go to SQL 01 and start it first of all. Start. So while that is coming up, let me search something on Copilot. I want to connect to the internet from my Azure VM, but it's not allowing me to. So I'm going to ask Copilot inside here. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, first of all, choose a resource in the select resources. It's equals 02. Where is it? I have chosen it now. I have selected a resource. Okay, select. Okay, so that server has started, but I'm just doing a little research to see. Yes, that's it. Sorry, I'm working on something on Azure to just see. What did you say? Not be today. I will not do all of this on today. Check. I'm not going to do all of this today. If you have, no. Anyways, it's all there. So Azure SQL 01 is done. So I'm going to connect to it. Connect. This was the one we used yesterday. Let me download RDP file and just go in straight. Download RDP file, open it, connect. This one already has SQL Server, more choices. Use a different user. Domain name. Then my password. Okay. So I'm connected now. I want to see how. So this particular server, we picked the free version something. So Azure has already installed SQL Server for us. So for us to be able to do it, I want to do a trick. I want to go to where they kept the download folder and see if I can send it to my other server. And then we go into that server now and install it securely without going to the internet. Okay, so this particular server, Azure has already installed server for us in our SQL 01. If I minimize this guy here, I come here. If you put SSMS, you would see that it will show you SSMS. You would see that it has it. Can you see it? It is already here because Azure have installed it for us. Well, let me type SQL. SQL. So they installed SQL Server 2017. Okay, so I just wanted to be sure of that. So if I click on Start, you see Microsoft SQL Server. Look at it, 2017. This is what they installed for us. They installed this guy for us. So you see, this is the installation center. This is what we need. Can you see it? So I'm going to right-click this guy, More, Open File Location. I want to see where they located it. So this is where Azure kept it for us. Configuration Tools. You see that? So if you right-click this guy now and say Open as Administrator, see what it's going to say. It's going to allow you to install SQL Server. So this is a trick I wanted to do, but it's not allowing me to go to the internet. So since now that I have seen this here, it's very easy for me. I'm going to copy this file. Because we're in the same domain, we'll be able to talk to each other. So I'm going to come here and say this PC. You see this my drive here, C drive. Or let me say, let me go to F drive. I'll open this my F drive. Inside data here, I'll paste that file here. Oh, no, let me create a new folder for it. Call it SQL install. Please do exactly what I am doing. When you do that, you open it up and paste that file there. When you paste it there, you go back one step and you right-click it you come down to properties, you say share. You want to share it, right? I already have access, but I want to go and find people. I want to, anybody in my DBA community should be able to come here. And you see that because it is in Active Directory, I want everybody that is in that team should have access. And you can, but at work, don't do this. Don't give everyone, add everyone, give them read and write. You see what I'm doing? I'm just sharing that network part so that if I go to my SQL 02 with this network part, SQL 02, I should be able to see this particular file. Let's go to SQL 02. This is my SQL Server 80, I guess. Okay, this is SQL Server 02. You come here, you want to scroll down to File Explorer. You see it, this SQL Server 02, File Explorer. You want to click here. That network part is //SQL01 slash. You see that? Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you click like this, so now I have seen what I wanted to go to the internet. Remember I told you in a professional environment, they are not going to let you go and install that thing from the internet. So you must copy this out of that network part, come to your this PC. You can drop it down. You can now create a new folder for yourself. Just call it SQL install. So now we could not go to internet, but the one that Azure created, we have been able, I've never done this before, guys, to bring it into our server since we cannot go to the internet. Do you see that? Guys, can you see that?
Yep.
So this is what we wanted to go download from the internet. Since Azure already installed it for us here on SQL Server 01, I want to bring it there, okay? So if I click on close, I want to go back again. So here, good. So I want to also see where Azure. So if I want to know where they install their SSMS from, I'll go back to file here. I would open this 2017. I am looking for this management studio. Where is it? Management studio, where is it? Okay, let me open this guy. Management studio, look at it. I'll right click. I would say more, file location. So this is where they now brought this to. Can you see it? What do I want to do? I just want to copy it. When I copy it, where am I going to put it? That same network part I created, which is inside here. I hid it here. SQL install. I want to dump that file here, paste. So now I have my SQL Server engine and I have the management studio. When I do that, I will go to that my destination server, which is SQL02. I guess is this guy, right? I will go back to the network part I had actually gone to before, which is this guy. I would see that one here. So I'll copy it out of the network, bring it in locally into where I kept the other folder, and I paste it. I have not done any magic. If you watch the video, you'll know that it's not magic. So now we could not go to the internet, but I have successfully brought out the two files here. Okay, back to our prerequisites of installing SQL Server. One of them is that we must have our disk space. Now, in a professional environment, all your data drive, your log drive, they must be on different data spaces. How do I mean? You must be able to have different drives to put your data in. If you can see your file explorer, which is this yellow envelope, because of the orientation of my screen, somehow is not allowing me to see that. So I have to use a trick to always get there. In case you cannot see your own, you see the way I'm scrolling down, up and down inside the VM. So this is your File Explorer. When you click on it, you go to this PC. Whenever you click on this PC, you're supposed to see your data drive, your log drive, your TempDB drive. Because whenever you create a database, it creates two files for you. The file is data file and log file. But there's another important one called TempDB. You must have a different drive for it. So what do? The first thing we want to do now is to go here, right-click our start inside the VM, not your computer. This is my computer start. Notice I'm not going there. I'm doing everything inside my VM. Right-click it. Go to disk management. Click on disk management. That is going to open like this for you. When it opens for you, you're going to see everything like this, right? You don't have a big space for your data drive. You don't have a space for your log drive. All you just need to do is to come here. Where do I want to put it? Okay, I have 450 here. Where do I borrow it from? Right-click this guy. I cannot borrow it from there. Okay, right-click this guy. Right-click your C drive and say shrink volume. I want to remove few things from there. It's shrinking the volume. I want to take out, is this in gig? Okay, that's in gig. I want to take out, and this is a megabyte. Let me take out 2 gig, 2000 megabyte. I want to shrink it out of that space. So you shrink it out of this one. You see it, it will now give you unallocated. Then you'll now come to this black one, right? Click it, say new simple volume. You say next. You want to give this one 500. You call it, leave it in F drive. You want to change this new volume, call it data drive. You say next, finish. Look at that. You now have a drive called data drive. If you now go to that, your File Explorer, you would see one drive now. You've created a new one. Can you see that? So all your data will be coming in here. We want to create another one, call it log. Repetition. I told you the course is all about repetition. What do I do again? I go back to that same place, the one that is black. You right-click it. You say new simple volume. I want to take out 500 again. I say next. You put 500. When you do 500, you say next. You want to change it to L. You say next. You call it log drive. You say next. You finish. It is going to take out another one, log. So remaining 2, you come here again, right-click, say new simple volume. You say next. You want to give this 500 again. You say next. You go for T. You call that one TempDB. You change the name. Repetition. I've just been doing the same thing for the past 5 minutes. I'm just only changing the names. Finish. The remaining 500, you want to be able, Ronald submitted something. He said part of the prerequisite is backup. So you need a space for your backup, 500, the remaining one. You go to B, you call it backup. You say next, you say finish. Look at that. You've been able, you can now close it. If you go to your File Explorer, you'd see that you have created disk spaces. Look at that. You've created one, said, put all my data file here, put all my log file here, put all my backup here, put all my TempDB here. Easy. The moment you're done with that, you are now ready to go and install SQL Server manually. Remember, I put it in my C drive. I put it in SQL install. How do you install SQL Server manually? You come to SQL Server 2017, right-click, say run as administrator. You see this? No. Okay, it's doing me Shakara.
Yeah, you see,
I,
sorry to interrupt.
I
You see
put
the
it as,
type,
huh?
the date modified. It's a shortcut.
Okay, so I'll come back here again. Let me go to SQL install to where it was, right? This is where it was, right? That's the network part, isn't it?
It is, but I would suggest something if it's possible. If you can go back to the SQL one
Okay,
and
let's go.
go to the program files.
Where?
Sometimes it downloads the file before in
So
the
this,
program file.
So this is the file. This is the location. If I double click this one, it's taking me here. Why? Is it able to talk to the internet? Uh, okay. 1 second. Oh, is this a shortcut? Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. I'm going to beat this now. Look at it. When you get here and you see this type of mistake, okay, shortcuts, shortcuts, shortcut. Why is it taking us to the shortcut? Menu, start, program, shortcut. Okay, let me do this. You see, these guys are very smart. I wanted to beat their system. So you come here to Microsoft, you go back to Microsoft SQL Server 2017. This is it. This is what we're looking for here, right? Installation Center. If I move it like this and I say open file location, why? This is not shortcut now. Oh, it's a shortcut. Open properties, open file location. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to come to. Okay, all of these ones are not shortcut. Look at the configuration file. Landing page. This is the app. Can you guys see it? So it's the location here. This is where I'm supposed to come and pick it. You see everything? So this is everything here. Jeez. Man, this is serious. Copy everything. Copy. Go to that location, this PC. Where did I put it? It was here I put it. SQL install, right? This shortcut. Let me put it this way. SQL. Yeah, I'm putting everything that I saw there. Good. So this is everything. This is that landing page, which is what we want to see. And wow, we shouldn't go through this stress, man, trying to install SQL Server. Okay. Okay. SQL install. We come back to this guy. This is how I went there, right click. I said open file location. So it is putting it in this location. Set up bootstrap. My program. Okay, yeah, you said program files, right? That's what you were talking about.
Yes.
So this is where I came to put it. The landing page. So this is what we're looking for. This is the app.
Yes.
Okay. So let me go to the SSMS2. Let me open it. Open file location. This is serious. This shouldn't take us through this stress, man. Wow. See that? So this is the shortcut that will go and run all of that. Something downloads. Let me do one thing. Let me go to apps. Let me search apps and programs. Let me see what application they have here on this server. Okay. This is Microsoft SQL Server. I cannot uninstall it. This is the management studio. This is what I wanted. I cannot uninstall it. So they installed everything for us. Okay, cancel, no. Let us do this. Let me go back to that particular server where we are trying to install, which is this guy here, right? Let me see this one. So it's searching for the land, no. So Windows was searching for the landing page. All right. So we're going to open file location, properties. If I come to properties, let's see what would happen now. Okay, see the location here.
Yes. So if we can copy the shortcut in there, put it in the folder, the one you just created, the SQL folder up there.
Yes, so
Not the target.
I know this guy here.
Okay.
Now go to, so we'll look for our C drive program files. So, okay, C drive, this PC, we go to our C drive, program files, Microsoft SQL Server is not yet there. Are you ready for this? This is real long work. Guys, I am so sorry because we cannot go to the internet. All right. This is not supposed to be stressful like this. Now we are taking it into high level of how we do our job at work, but it's also good for you. So I'm going to create this folder. I'm going to create this folder, rename it. Guys, for anybody that is working, this video will be so beneficial to you because this is no longer entry level. How do we rename this thing? Where is the rename? Oh, this thing is rename Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. Then what is the next folder here? 140. So call another folder. I'm trying to create that link, 140. Then we're going to call another one, setup bootstrap. Oh, Azure. Azure just wants everybody to patronize them. Okay, where is it? New folder. Call it setup bootstrap. Open it. What's the next thing? SQL 17. SQL 17. I'll just do like this. Don't worry. Okay, this is mine here. Okay, I am here now. Create a new folder. Call it SQL 17. Open that. Then what's the next line of action? SQL 17. X64. X64. Okay. Right. Is this what we have there?
Yes.
Is this what we have?
Yep.
Okay, then we have the landing. Good. So we have the path now set up for us, which is what we wanted to see. So close your notepad. So now we're going to go to where's that guy? This thing is not that difficult. It's because Azure did not allow us go to internet. That's why we're facing this issue. We have downloaded our thing and do what we needed to do. Right click this, say File Explorer. This PC, we put it on C drive, SQL install. No. Where's the thing I copied? Okay, this is it. Copy all this guy. So I want to copy all this guy into that path we just created, into this part here. So we'll paste all of those things inside here. Oh my goodness. So what this is just doing is that shortcut that it was trying to look for, we're trying to create the shortcut so that when we click on that shortcut, it's going to come here and pull out the file that we want to use to run the manual installation of SQL Server. To make this easy for you guys, if you off your internet, maybe you'll be able to go to the internet, but I could not. I really want people to get to that point where they tell me we're trying to go into the internet, it was not allowing us. Then I can then walk each of you through how you would come and download and install it manually. That is one way I can do that. I believe, or secondly, when we do our research, I want to see if each person is going to be able to pass through that particular spot. I would also do my research to see how we can bypass that because it's not that difficult. So now what I just did was to copy that folder from SQL 01 to come and put here, all because Azure is not allowing us to go to internet because of security. So now that it is here, I would see if I'll be able to use the shortcut to come to this location and install SQL Server for you guys. If I'm able to do that, then it would have been a major breakthrough, which I'm thinking, because normally it's after you install SQL Server, you're supposed to see all these things, but let's see what goes on. So it's almost done copying. We're at 94, 95, 96, 97. There you go. Complete. Good. So now that it's complete, let's go back and see how we can run the shortcuts. Okay, you see now it's now showing green. It wasn't showing green before.
Yes.
You guys see that? So let us also do the same for this guy before we come and do the installation. Please, I beg you, just be patient because we are trying to beat not going to the internet. So we go back to SQL 01. I want to go back to how I saw the files. So you come back here, you go to start, you come to start inside your virtual machine. You see where you have Microsoft SQL Server, click on it, scroll down, click on the tools. This is Management Studio now. This is what we need now, right? Click this guy, go to more, say open file location. It will take you to where it is located. So when you now right click this one, you are going to say open file location again. So it's going to take you here. And where do you have it? You have it in a folder called, do you see this folder? So just copy the name like that. You see that folder? The way you have copied it, just copy it like that, okay? And when you copy it, you want to see the way it is written, okay? It is in your C program file, Microsoft, all this long thing. So you see all this name, just click on Control A, Control C, copy it, go to your SQL 02, which is this guy. When you get there, open a new notepad by coming to search, type notepad. When you do that, paste that name there. So you want to now come and create this location in this server. How do we do it? We go to C drive. So let's go to C drive. This PC, this is your C drive. What is the first folder they say we should go to? Programs file 86. This is it. Go there. Do we have Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio? It is not existing. So you create this folder like this. You see that one? You come here. When you come here, you open a new folder and just paste that name. It will create it for you. When you do that, open it up because the next one you're going to create is called Common 7. Common 7. You create another folder, call it Common 7. You open it. The next one you want to create is what? IDE. So, but before I create it, let me confirm. Okay, yes, there's a folder called IDE. It's inside IDE that you have all of those things. Minimize it, open SQL Server 02, go to that remaining place, create a new folder, call it IDE. So this is where you have to copy everything into. When you copy everything into this place, you'll be able to see your visa. The shortest way to do that, when you get to this place, just click on one step backward. You see this folder, right? Click it, go to properties, share it. Hi, this is going to be too much. Advanced sharing, share this folder. Then you go to permissions. Everyone, leave it to us, everyone. Then you do okay. Then you do okay. Then you copy this name. You see this? You copy this name from here, go to SQL Server 01. You see, this is it here. You want to copy everything that is here into that location. So now you're going to come here, open a new file explorer. When you open a new file explorer, you see this quick access, you paste it here. You say enter. Oh, Windows cannot go there. You see, it cannot go into that place. Okay. So we have to do it back the way we did the other time. Okay. How did we do it the other time? Let me go back to where I was. Go back to the other server. It's not allowing me to copy it. So I'll go back to this place. I'll come back here. This is the link here. Copy it. Let me go back to my previous server. Put it there. Enter. So this is, I want to copy everything here to that server. So what do? Just do Control A, and then you do Control C, or you check this box and then you right click and say copy. When you do that, you now go to this PC. You go to where you kept the old file, SQL install. That is it here. You open a new file folder, call it SSMS. Then you open it and dump everything inside there. Paste. When you watch the video, it will be very easy. So now that you have pasted it there, you now leave that SQL Server 01. You want to go to SQL Server 02. All of this is not how to install SQL Server. It's because we cannot go into the internet. So I'm just trying to download it from your other computer into here. You see how secure the environment is. Okay. So when you come here, what you are looking for is to go to the location. You open another file explorer. I think I already have to open. Okay. This is it. You open another file explorer. You go to SQL install. You see SSMS here. This is everything you want to copy now. You check this box. You see, I've been able to bring it to this other server. You copy, then you minimize it. You now put it in that one you created. That's it, 3,700, Jesus. So all I did was to create a network share in my primary server, 01. And I went to SQL 02 and opened the network share from there and copy the files so that we'll be able to install SQL Server. I'm not going to install SQL Server today because of the time. We have like less than, even though it will take me 10 minutes to install that, I think if we're patient enough, I'll just finish that so that we don't have too many videos. So it's still it's just 7% complete. I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't want to stretch the class. So while this is going on, let me show you what I did. Because Azure does not want us to go to the internet through their security, if I go back to my home, go back to virtual machines. So in this particular SQL 01, they installed SSMS and SQL Server for us. Oh, why is it stopped? Refresh. Okay, they installed it for us. But we now installed this one, created this one by ourselves, but they did not allow us to go into the internet. So now I went to connect to this server, which is SQL 01. When I connected to the server, I want to know what was installed there. I scrolled down into SQL 01. I went to start. I clicked on start. I saw it there. Microsoft SQL Server. That means they've installed it for me. I clicked on down arrow. I see it there. SQL Server Installation Center. You right click it. You say more. You go and say open file location. It will take you here. Now, this is the shortcut to where the actual location is. You right click it again and say open file location. So now this is everything you need to install SQL Server. The moment you get to this point, leave this one like this. Come here, come scroll down, see this yellow thing, right click it again and say File Explorer to open a new one for you. Push it to the, expand everything now. Push that one to the left and push the other one to the right. You want to now come to this one in the left. You go to this PC. You go to your C drive. You create a new folder. What did I do? Can you imagine? Jesus. Guys, I just stressed you guys. Do you see what I'm saying? Guys, this is what we're looking for since morning. Setup application. Can you see?
Yeah.
So you guys are lucky. You guys are lucky. Oh my goodness. How come I didn't see that? So they kept it in their C drive.
Yeah.
So in your own case, just come to SQL Server Full. You see it? When it's like this, just right click it, say properties, sharing, share. When you say share, you go like this. You say everyone, add, say read and write, and you share it. That's all you need, guys. Done. So you just need only this link for the SQL Server. Guys, can you see? I didn't know why didn't I see this. You just copy this like this, SQL Server Full. You see that? You go to your SQL Server 02. Oh God, today was a really learning process. Look at this guy is still wasting his time. Do I cancel it? Because we don't need it anymore. Cancel. We don't need this guy anymore. So you just come here. You don't need that guy anymore. Oh God, why didn't I see this? Ah, man. Sorry, guys. I should have just seen that. I have to delete it. I don't need it anymore. I'll go to the program file, Microsoft. Where is that thing? Okay, it's no longer there. SQL install. You see, this one is now seeing it there. So when you copy that link, all you just need to do is to come to your secondary server and paste that link there. Like this, you get it. You don't even need to install anything. From there, you just double click this on setup. You say run. One second, it's going to come up now. That's it. This is what we should have done since. You know what? This is where we're going to start on Monday. Okay? That's what I was looking for since the application, and I went to go through the hard way. This is all I needed. Installation, we would have finished installing SQL Server, but I don't want to bore you with more information. I'm going to stop here. When we come back on Monday, we now know where to locate this file on our primary server. So all I need you to do, please watch the video. The only practical thing to do is to build your server O2. When you build your server O2, you stop there. When we come back on Monday, I will show you how to copy the file from SQL 01 to SQL 02. Now that I know where it's located, you see? So all I needed to do was to just come here. I didn't know they kept it in their C drive. If you go to your own SQL 01 where they already installed Azure for you, as a matter of fact, I want somebody to share their screen. Let me be sure they can see it too. You come here, you go to this PC, you go to C drive, you would see SQL full. So these are the two folders we need, one for the tools and one for the SQL Server. This is the one that will have this one will have the SQL Server. Look at it, setup, which is what I wanted to see. Then for the tools, let me see if the tools will have, okay, no. Then for SSMS, I will do a research to find out where that one is kept. SQL Server 2. Okay, SQL Log Scout. But all I need you to do is to, if you can see this folder in your SQL 01, we are good to go to start on Monday. For those people that have not installed their SQL Server, please, I'll need you to install your SQL Server so that we'll be able to, continue from there next week. So I'll stop sharing now. I want somebody to quickly share their screen as we round up. I want somebody to share their screen. Let's see if the person can see SQL 01. I need somebody that has installed SQL 01 to quickly share, please. In the next 4 minutes. Matt, can you share your screen? Mac, are you here? Ola,
Yeah,
can you?
want to share.
Okay. So go to, okay. You're not creating, hope you're not trying to create it while we're walking.
I stopped.
If you do that, you'll miss it.
I was using two system. Want to listen.
Okay, please go to SQL 01. Start both of them. Oh, you didn't start them. Start both of the servers. Check on both of them and start them. Please, who has started their, no, go to the left. Who has started their servers? Because I don't want to stretch the class beyond the time. Okay, Ola can be very fast. Good. I don't know why I didn't see that thing on time.
Don't know, my credit is running down. How do I change my email?
You have to start afresh if you change your email. Make sure you always stop your servers.
I did.
Okay, don't worry. Has it started?
Yeah, it's still working. It's executing.
Please, does anybody have their server on? Which one is this? This is equal 01.
Maybe that's the one that's completed.
Back up like this. Click on virtual machines again. Click on home. Virtual machine. Okay. Connect to SQL 01. I just want to be sure that you can see. You know how to connect now.
Yeah, it's connecting.
Download RDB file. Connect using your domain name / your username. More choices. No more choices, then use a different account. Domain name. No, domain name. Megatech / when you want to connect to a account as a computer that has joined domain, you have to put domain name. No, the other /, not that one. No, the other one. No. Yes.
My keyboard. Sorry.
Okay. Then your password. This is the right way. The moment your computer has joined the domain, this is the right way to connect. You say yes. So all I need you to do before we end this class, which is the correct thing I'm supposed to do, but because I did not know where Azure kept it, I had to go through the longer route that took more than 30 minutes of this class, which is okay. It still gives people that have not built their VM an opportunity to make sure they build their VM. So minimize this for me, minimize this window. You want to click on your File Explorer, yes. Click there, click on this PC, go to C drive, SQL full, that's it, that's all we needed. SQL Server full, click on it, right click it. No, go back one step. Right click it, go to properties, go to sharing, share. Then click on the first arrow on top, the first arrow, pick everyone. Then do add, then put read and write. Click that arrow near read. Read and write. Then share it. Share. Share is on the bottom. Share is on. Okay, you did not share now. Hit.
Oh, my key.
Okay, see share there. Then click on share. Boom, that's it. Click on done. So now you see that network part. Copy that network part. Copy it. Yes, that is now. Leave your mouse there. Everybody, this is where I'm supposed to stop. So what you have done now is that you have shared a network path saying that whoever computer is in your domain, they can go to that network path and pick up your SQL Server and install it, which is what they do in the office. So when your job now, everybody, when you're watching this video, this is what you're supposed to do in SQL 01. Then when you go to your SQL 02, build your SQL 02 the way we build it today, then now go in there and anyway, just stop. The moment you finish your SQL Server 02, join it to the domain and stop. We'll continue from here next week, Monday. Is that clear, everybody? because
Yep.
the file we need that we could not get on the internet is located here. So this is a major finding. I've never done it before. It's a learning process for all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call it.
One second. How do I really stop my this thing running?
So click on close. Click on close here. Go to your internet, the Azure portal. Leave everything like this. Just go to Azure portal. Can you please go to Azure portal for me, please? Click on virtual machines. Check the box. Click on name. So you've not been doing this. Click on name. Then you go to stop. You mean you've been leaving it to run like that?
I stop. I did stop. Yeah, this is
Click on
running.
stop. Then you say yes.
Mhm.
So wait, allow it to finish. That is how to stop it. So guys, I want to stop the live stream because I don't want the video to be too long.